ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Om. Adorations to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, and bestower of immortality. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, Yoga of Divine Glories, and verse number 25. Maharshinam Bhriguraham Giramasmekamaksharam Yajnanam Japayajñosmi Sthawaranam Himalaya. I am Bhrigu among great sages. I am the one-syllabled Om among words. I am Japayajna among sacrifices, and the Himalayas among the mountains. Try to go into the deeper waters of Vibhuti. The very purpose of presenting Vibhuti Yoga is to fill your heart with divine love. Bhakti is the most powerful mystic path that secures enlightenment. And in order to develop that vision that the entire universe is nothing but God, and go one step further, that God is your very self. There are three stages of the vision. Let me correct myself. 4 stages. First is your charm chakshu, this crooked vision, skinny vision. It is that vision that is grabbing all the negative things of this world and looks forward to news breaks. Nothing against news, you see, I'm just using wit. And that is worldly drishti. That drishti must change. Now among positive drishti is shubha drishti, mangal drishti. When mind becomes positive, then you do not let despair rule your mind. You continue to have positive expectation that your dreams are going to be true. And you look forward to it. So that's Shubha Drishti or Mangala Drishti. Now comes Vibhuti Darshan. Vibhuti Darshan is a form of Divya Drishti. Divya is a divine vision. But Vibhuti Darshan prepares you for the divine vision Vibhuti means the world is permeated by the glory of God. So whatever you are handling by your mind, whatever you are thinking of, there is a divine touch behind it. That whole process is Vibhuti Yoga. Each time your mind turns to the world and various happenings and various objects of the world, instead of stopping your mind to ordinary news, you allow your mind to understand there is divine touch behind all things that you see. Every object that you see is held by the fingers of God. So at least you are seeing his fingernails. And Divya Darshan is a divine vision that allows you to see the entire universe is nothing but the divine self. Vishwarupa Darshan. And next vision the Gita presents is the Bhakti Yoga. Wherever you are turning your attention to is divine love. And go further, Jnana Drishti, that's your goal. Bhakti Drishti culminates with the love of God, culminates with revelation. Aham Brahmasmi. That's Jnana Drishti. Now turning to Vibhuti Darshan. Gita is introducing to you a great mystic art of purifying your heart in a profound way. Great inspiration is received by your mind through Swadhyaya. Sages have presented a vast field of Swadhyaya, the Vedas, Puranas, and in those stories you encounter so many great personalities and great episodes. Allow your mind to roam in this wonderful forest of saintly wisdom and enjoy. How do you enjoy it? Maharshinam Bhriguraham Giram Asmekam Aksharam Yajnanam Japayajñosmi Stavaranam Himalaya. I am Bhrigu among great sages. What is important for you to know? It is not going after exploring who was the Bhrigu historical personality. If you are doing that, there is no harm in that. But basic point is what does Bhrigu and his personality inspire your mind? So by each time you turn your attention to Bhrigu, let me give you two aspects of Bhrigu. One is when gods had a problem of who is the best worshipped god, who is the best among gods, who is the best worshipped god. That was Ganesha. But in this context, Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu is being highlighted in this episode. Brahman as Lord Vishnu, source of devotion and love. And Bhrigu takes up the project of proving the greatest of gods. And his storyline starts in a humorous way. He goes and to his own father Brahma, he doesn't show courtesy even to adore him. And Saraswati Devi, Brahma becomes very angry, wants to curse Bhrigu. Saraswati Devi stops him. Same thing happens with Shiva. He goes into Shiva Loka and acts abruptly towards Shiva. Parvati Devi tries to stop. And of course, Shiva lets him go. Then he goes to Vishnu. And there he agitates in his mind. He wants to direct worst insult towards Lord Vishnu. Kicking, foot movement is the worst insult. And directing the foot right at the chest of Lord Vishnu. And the response from Lord Vishnu was shocking. Lord Vishnu doesn't consider any insult was directed towards him. Rather, he considered that the foot of this sage might have become hurt by his strong chest. And he starts adoring the feet. I will not go into further detail. Bhrigu therefore proves the greatness of Lord Vishnu. So when you hear all this, it becomes a very artistic way of inspiring you to follow the path of humility and not go after the negative aspect of people who seem to hurt you. Never be vulnerable to be hurt or insulted. Insult doesn't exist. Because all those people who insult you, they have their problems. And led by their problems, they are behaving abruptly towards you. If you really want to solve the problem, then develop internal, deep down love and a heart that sends out blessing, sarve bhavantu sukhina. Be a spiritual doctor. That message comes from this story. So therefore, the name Bhrigu brings all those associations in your mind. So among sages, I am Bhrigu. That's the meaning behind the Vibhuti. Also, sage Bhrigu is mentioned in Bhrigu of the Upanishad, where Bhrigu approaches Varuna, his divine father, for gaining the knowledge of Brahman, and he is led step by step. Annam brahmeti vajanat, pranam brahmeti vajanat, first towards the matter world of material food, matter, annamaya kosha. physical body, next prana, next mind, and so forth. And then finally, he comes to discover Anandam Brahmeti Vijana. The innermost self, that is bliss, that's Brahman. All that has come on the basis of the aspiration of sage Bhrigu. Giram asmekam aksharam. All that you speak is called gira. All this language comes out of your tongue. But of all things that you speak, the best is the akshara, Om, one syllable mystic letter. And that turn your attention to Om Upasana. And I've already given that. Meditating on Om, you are led to attain enlightenment, Aham Brahmas, in 3 stages. First, you are united with all physical world. Second stage, you are united with the entire subtle world. Third, entire causal world. Fourth, none of the 3 worlds, all are transcended. You are Brahman. So that one lettered sound that comes from your tongue, Om. Among all sounds that you produce, Om is the vibhuti of God. And if you have that type of vision, then when you hear even children crying, you see the Om, the birds singing. It's Om is resonating behind all. How wonderful, inspiring. And even in rough sounds, all that you understand, somehow the throat of the person is gripped by some disease. It's an Om that everyone wants to present. All mantras begin with Om. So, such is the mystic glory of Om. And when you chant Om, you have invoked Mangalam, auspiciousness. Yajnanam aham japa yajna asmi. Among yajnas are all disciplines that one does for sublimating impurities. Impurities are like forces, dark forces. They are like animals. And yajna is to sacrifice the animal aspect and for sublimating it. So if you are studying scriptures, it is called Swadhyaya Yajna. You are giving charity, it is called Dadravya Yajna. If you are sharing knowledge with others, it's called Jnana Yajna. And if you are practicing austerity, called Tapa Yajna. So different types of yajnas have been already mentioned by the Gita. But among all yajnas, the highlighted yajna is Japa Yajna. Japa, the importance of japa, mantra, repeated for attaining enlightenment. Jakaro Janma Vicheda. Japa term Ja refers to cutting down the cycle of birth and death. Pakaro papanashana. Pa, all sinful karmas, all sins from a broad point of view, all karmas that keep your soul bonded with worldly status, bhoga, worldly enjoyment. That's a negative development. All that is washed away. So japa is that which enables the soul to attain God realization. And japa implies glory of divine name, Nam Smaran. So every japa is divine name. Om is the absolute name of Brahman himself. Om Namah Shivaya, the same Brahman as Shiva aspect. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Shri Ramaya Namah, Om Shri Krishnaya Namah, Om Aim Saraswatyai Namah, and so forth. All these are mantras. And reciting the mantra, along with it, your mind goes after the glory of that deity whose mantra you are reciting. But reciting Rama mantra, then goes after how Rama blessed Sabari, how Rama dealt with Vibhishana. I'm just pointing out a few little things. All the glorious deeds done by Rama. Similarly, in Krishna mantra, all the glorious deeds done by Krishna, they begin to fill your mind while you are doing japa. And if your japa matures, mantra chaitanya is awakened. What does that mean? Mantra chaitanya has become awakened. It becomes, it's just like to put it in an allegorical way. You are repeating mantra and mentally thinking about God. But suddenly, you begin to have darshan of God, which is totally different from your visualizing God. When mantra is inspiring you to have that divine status of darshan, the mantra is inspiring you to each time the mantra comes into your mind, it touches your heart and produces a kind of thrill in your personality. That's the goal of a mantra japa. But that goal again, it doesn't come in a whole aspect, it comes in degrees. There are times when you repeat a mantra and you feel very joyous. But when your mantra chaitanya has awakened, it becomes perfectly secure experience. So among yajnas and japa brings about sacrifice of all your negative qualities. They are sacrificed means they are short-circuited energy. Now they are corrected. Yajnanam aham japa yajnasmi. Sthawaranam Himalaya. Among steady objects, I am Himalaya. Whenever You think of Himalaya. See how wonderful, positive insights enter your mind. Himalaya gives you the illustration, what's called firmness and highness. All the winds and storms come, and Himalaya remains unshaken. But that's a physical way of appreciating Himalaya. Turn your mind in a spiritual way. How Himalayas have been the source of inspiration to so many saints, sages, ascetics for such a long time. When you think of Himalaya, you are thinking of Haridwar, you are thinking of Rishikesh, you are thinking of Gangotri, you are thinking of Badri, Kedar, and all the things associated with them. You don't have to go through all of it, but somewhere your mind getting touched. So just word Himalaya is bringing so much wonderful feelings and memories to your mind. 26th verse. Ashvattha sarva vikshanam devarshinam cha naradaha gandharvanam chitrarasa siddhanam kapilo muni. I am Ashvattha among the trees, sage Narada among the divine sages, Chitraratha among the Gandharvas, and Kapila Muni among the Siddhas. Ashvattha sarva vrikshanam devarshinam cha narada gandharvanam chitraratha siddhanam kapilo muni. Among trees, I am Ashvattha tree. The scriptures have presented the simile, allegorical way. Dva suparana savija sakhaya samanam vriksham parishasva jane. Tavoranya pippalam swadati anashnan anyo abhichagashiti. Mundaka Upanishad gives the simile that there is a mystic tree. On that, two birds sit. One doesn't do anything. Another bird goes on eating the fruits of the tree. And fruits are bitter and sweet. So that bird is always restless. The other bird simply remains calm. There comes a time when the bird that has been restless and struggling comes to see the bird, the upper bird, and discovers that he is only a shadow of that bird. Once that discovery takes place, there is neither bird nor tree. Everything, goal is attained. That's the allegorical way of presenting the predicament of Jiva. Jiva and Ishvara. Ishvara or Brahman is the other bird that simply stays calm. Jiva is enjoying or experiencing the fruits of karma until led by integral yoga practice, Jiva discovers, I am that. So, all that has been presented by giving you the allegorical picture of a tree. Same tree is presented by the Gita in chapter 15. Urdhva Mula. Its roots are above, and branches below. And that relates to the world process. The entire world process is compared to a tree. The roots of the tree are above. And you find what is the source of the tree. Source is in the physical plane. Go deeper into it, it's vital, mental. It's like when you write your family line, it becomes like a tree. Your great-great-grandfather is the root. Then he has sons there, his branches. But those sons become the root, and they have their branches. Similarly, this entire world is described as Ashwatha tree. The word Ashwatha also has mystical meaning. Shwa term relates to yesterday and tomorrow. In Hindi, Sanskrit literature, yesterday and in English you have separate names, yesterday and tomorrow. But in Sanskrit it is the same. Shwa for yesterday, Shwa for tomorrow. Kal for yesterday, kal kya hua? And kal for tomorrow, kal kya hone wala hai? Kal. So, as long as you are involved with kal process, you are on the Ashwatha tree. This Shwa does not stay. It's constantly shaky. So among all trees, I am that Ashwatha tree, which gives you insight into the nature of the world and thereby enables you to cut the Ashwatha tree by the sword of wisdom. That's the project for every soul, to cut down the entire big tree by not ordinary weapon, asanga shastrena, the weapon of detachment, dridhena, so firm like the Himalayas, unshaken. Devarshinam cha Narada, among divine sages, Narada is the vibhuti of God. Narada is very personification of satsanga. So when you go through the story of Narada, in a subtle way you understand the mysterious role of satsanga. Narada's story has so much humor in it. He is considered the troublemaker. Things are going well, when Narada comes, rang mein bhang. But his troublemaking is profound blessing. And Narada also plays the part of guinea pig. He allows himself, his own character, to go through most humiliating experiences, like he gets the monkey face, etc., thereby bringing to the world the message of spirituality, highlighting bhakti, wisdom, and the need for patience, sacrifice. So in most of the stories with Krishna, with Rama, with all avatars, you will see Narada's sneaks into that story. So all this gives you so much material for keeping your own life interesting as well as sharing it with others. Instead of going to gossips about how things happening, you go into these gossips, spiritual gossips, which is highly advanced, sublimating. Gandharvanam Chitraratha. Chitraratha is a divine musician. His music inspires people to follow the path of devotion, leading to liberation. So the story of Chitraratha. Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Among perfected sages, perfected those who are siddhas, Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni is the founder of Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga is the early stage of Advaita Vedanta. And the whole story of Ganga Devi relates to Kapila. Sagara, his sons, go on digging into the earth, creating a big vast vacuum. And they go to Kapila Muni because Sagara has performed Ashwamedha Yajna. If he concludes with 100 Ashwamedha Yajna, he will attain the highest goal. But 99th he succeeded. And 100th, his horse was taken by Indra, stolen, and placed in the ashram of Kapila. All these are artistic stories. They are not literally true, but they have a meaning. The meaning is your soul has Sagara potentiality. Chitta-vrittis are the 1,000 suns. Those chitta-vrittis, they encounter Kapila and they get burnt up. Kapila is the Sankhya knowledge of jnana. All is Brahman. But all is Brahman renders your chitta-vrittis to a kind of paralyzed state. If you have not perfected yourself in an integral way, just theoretical knowledge, all is Brahman, paralyzes your vrittis. You become more like a stone. In a storyline, they all get burnt up. And the resolution to their burning state is the Ganges has to flow over them. And so, all that story comes up when you think of Kapila. And with this, I'm going to conclude for now. Om. Om. Ram, 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Prayer for the shower of Karunamaya Rasa grace over all with the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukuma Bandhanan मृत्योर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत्।